Welcome to the second episode. I will shave the old paint with the Hitachi Paintshaver. The three triangles rotate really fast and shave the old undesired color. It has a depth gauge for them and for the top part. Since, as you can see, the cedar siding is usually installed on top of each other, this installation creates a triangle shape and requires the bottom part of the wood to be shaved as well. Throughout this video, you will see what I'm talking about if the explanation was not clear. You might already see from this angle that the Paintshaver also shaves the bottom part of the cedar board. This is what I was talking about earlier. The Paintshaver is extremely fast and makes the work done. The dust collection system is very efficient, but I need a bigger vacuum for it, and after some time I worked without it at all. Some areas require the Paintshaver to be tilted in a slight angle for the old paint to be removed. I will demonstrate how. Other areas are unreachable with the Paintshaver and require additional tools. Since I'm using a small vacuum cleaner, with the dust collection it required changing the bag in it every 3 boards, which made the working progress slow. That's why I disconnected it. From my experience, other solutions such as paint stripers do not work. The Paintshaver is the fastest solution. Sometimes I use the painter's tool to remove the old loosened silicone and paint, and if you do it on your own and use a chisel for the corners, you might find yourself wasting a lot of time. As you can witness on your own, removing the paint striper is messy and will remove max 1 layer. And then what? Repeat the process 5-10 more times. Now a comparison between the Hitachi $600 sander on your left and the Dewalt $50 sander on your right. The Hitachi is easier to work with since it has 2 handles. It doesn't have any kind of kickback and is not aggressive since it slows itself down when touching the surface. The Dewalt, on the other hand, is much more aggressive, which results in much more vibrations in your hands and fatigue, but leaves a smoother surface. The Hitachi is a breeze to work with. While the Dewalt leaves smoother area, it is very aggressive. The top board was sanded by the Dewalt, the bottom by the Hitachi. You can see that the upper board is smoother. So which one is better? Both. The Hitachi was designed for siding sanding, and you can cover big and long areas with it without pain in your hands, which is very important. The Dewalt sander is versatile and better for smaller projects. This is also important. So this is my opinion about it. While my wife, for example, loves the Dewalt and prefers it over the Hitachi. So at the end of the day, it's personal preference. I tried different approaches for the corners, and eventually I found that the square palm sander is the fastest and most convenient to work with. You will see it later on. The Skil Octo tool worked, but it's designed for small cover areas and therefore slower than the square palm sander. This is a round palm sander, and I needed it as well for areas where the Hitachi nor the Dewalt sanders were able to reach. And this is the square palm sander, which was also required and is great for corners and sides. Oh, and it's also great in doing what a paint striper fails to. That's an example where the Skil Octo is great for. That concludes that there is no one tool for everything and multiple tools are required. Talking about multiple tools, for this part I had to use, guess what? Another tool. And what about sanding discs? I usually use the Gator brand, and after trying the Diablo one, I'll stick to the Gator. I'll put links to the tools if anyone is interested in the description below the video, on the small button next to the... just find the description. Time taken, around 6 days. Cost for materials, around $50. With vacuum bags will be around 200. Cost for materials and tools, around $2,000. Thanks for watching!